In the series of stories of super hit films shown on Khabar Tak Tak, today I have brought you all the story of film Dharamveer. In this film, you will know the eighth wonder, unlike the seventh wonder you know, as per the song of a film. This film was produced on silver screen in 1977, and this film was directed by Manmohan Desai. The lead role of this film was played by Dharmendra, Jitendra, Jeena Taman, and Neetu Singh. The role of villain was played by Jeevan and Ranjit, and besides these, character role was played by Pran, Indrani Mukherjee, Sujit Kumar, and many others. And the effort of all made this film super hit of that year. This film had many good dialogues. For example, चल बेटा, हम गरीबों की आवाज़ में वह ताकत नहीं जो महलों में रहने वाले इस कानून वालों की कान तक पहुंच सके. That is, let us move, son. In the speech of we poor have no strength to make it reach the ear of wealthy men's live in a palace. आपके दिए हुए ये बहुमूल्य उपहार रोटियां तो ला सकते हैं, लेकिन इस धन से वो हाथ कहाँ से लाऊं राजकुमार जो रोटी को निवाला बनाकर मेरे मुंह में डालता था. दैट इज, द वेल्थ यू गेव मी प्रिंस कैन सर्टनली ब्रिंग ब्रेड्स फॉर मी, बट वेयर विल आई गेट द हैंड हु पुट द ब्रेड इनटू माय माउथ एज ए मॉर्सल. क्या चाहिए तुम्हें इंसाफ में? वही जो इस राज्य का कानून है, खून के बदले खून, हाथ के बदले हाथ, और मुझे मेरी माँ के बदले माँ चाहिए. दैट इज, व्हाट जस्टिस डू यू वांट फ्रॉम मी? द सेम दैट प्रिवेल्स इन द स्टेट, ब्लड फॉर ब्लड, हैंड फॉर हैंड, एंड आई वांट मदर in the place of my mother. Besides this beautiful dialogues, this film is well decorated with the dance and song. The music director of this film is Kalyanji Anandji, and playback singers were Lata Mangeshkar, Mohammad Rafi, Asa Bhosle, and Kishore Kumar, a few of which I buzz for you. सात अजूबे इस दुनिया में, आठ में अपनी जोड़ी, अरे तोड़े पे भी टूटे ना ये धर्मवीर की जोड़ी. हो 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 हो, हम बंजारों की बात मत पूछो जी, जो प्यार किया तो प्यार किया, जो नफरत की तो नफरत की. महबूबा महबूबा, तुझे जाना है तो जा, तेरी मर्जी मेरी क्या, पर देख जो तू रूठ के चली जाएगी, तेरे साथ ही मेरे मरने की खबर आएगी. महबूबा महबूबा, अरे ओ मेरी महबूबा, तुझे जाना है तो जा, तेरी मर्जी मेरी क्या. Now listen to the entire story of film Dharamveer. The story of the film Dharamveer begins in a royal court. One day, as Maharaj Rambhavan takes his seat He is told by Prince Satpal Singh, played by Jeevan, that princes from various countries have sent various precious gifts along with love proposals to marry his daughter Princess Meenakshi, played by Indrani Mukherjee. One of these gifts are and message is anonymous. It contains a garland of roses and a love proposal and a sword indicating a promise to protect the princess. Due to anonymity of this message, when the person who brought it is searched for, then an falcon swoops down aggressively and makes the courtiers present bow their heads in front of his master's love proposal and the gift of the sword. Then, just as his message of love is scorned and thrown aside in royal court, similarly the same falcon bird appears there once again, swooping down and flies away with the garland of roses and symbol of love proposal sent by its master for his marriage to Princess Meenakshi before it falls to the ground and returns it back to his master Jwala Singh, played by Pran. One day, Queen Meenakshi goes hunting in the jungle. During this time, some wild rogues attack her, but before the scoundrels can take Princess Meenakshi to their hideout and do something wrong with her, the same falcon goes to Jwala Singh and informs him about this. Then Jwala Singh immediately arrives there and with the power of his swordmanship forces all the miscreants to run away to save their lives. Then he brings Princess Meenakshi to his hut, but that he can keep the princess safe there for the whole night and make arrangements for her to return to his palace in the morning. Here, when Jwala Singh asks Princess Meenakshi about her safety, Princess Meenakshi thanks him and says that you have saved my life from those criminals, so you can ask for whatever you want for me. I will not say no. On this, Jwala Singh shows her a statue covered with a seat. Paying his respects to this covered statue, he tells Princess Meenakshi that for years he has been worshipping this statue as goddess of love and wishes to attain it in eternal form. I will ask for your help only to attain this goddess of love. If you can help me in this, then I will gladly accept it. On this, Princess Meenakshi says that if this help is in my power, then I will gladly help you. When Jwala Singh removes the seat covering the statue after the princess says this, the princess herself is seen in the form of a statue. Seeing this, Princess surprised, Jwala Singh says that he has asked for help from Princess Meenakshi to obtain this idol in internal form and it's in the princess' power if she wishes. On this, Princess Meenakshi asks him to come to the palace and says that I will talk to my father myself for you. But Jwala Singh rejects Princess Meenakshi's request, saying that the request sent by me to the palace earlier for your marriage was rejected. That's why I will not go there. But yes, if you are agree, then I am ready to marry you right now. Otherwise, you can break your promise and go to your palace. In the palace, the Rajguru, played by B.M. Vyas, tells Prince Satpal that according to his horoscope, he will be killed by his elder nephew. In such a situation, when Prince Satpal's man, who was sent for the purpose of killing Princess Meenakshi during hunting, returns and tells about the failure of his expedition due to the arrival of Jwala Singh and his attack with the sword and driving away all these people, then Prince Satpal starts venting his anger by lashing his men because even all of them together could not kill Princess Meenakshi and Jwala Singh alone saved her. Seeing this act of Prince Satpal, Rajguru tells him that the world can be conquered, but no one has been able to conquer death till now. Even after knowing everything, Kansa could not escape from this. On this, Satpal calls Kansa a fool and says that he did a foolish thing by keeping his sister Devki alive, due to which his sister Devki gave birth to his killer nephew Krishna as her eighth son. But I will not let this happen. I will kill the one who gave birth to my killer and will cut the root of the tree my troubles. Just then Maharaja Ram Bhavan Singh arrives there, and after listening to him says that he should be given death penalty for trying to kill his sister Princess Meenakshi. But being a prince, he is instead exiled. The king orders the prince to leave the country immediately when his wife Roopmati Singh, played by Chand Osmani, arrives and pleads for forgiveness from the king. Then Maharaj Ram Bhavan says that the prince had earlier also conspired to kill his sister and he was pardoned only on your advice, but now he is crossing the limit. To fulfill the promise given to Jwala Singh, Princess Meenakshi married Jwala Singh and started living there. One night, when both of them were sleeping, a lioness came to attack them. Hearing her roar, Princess Meenakshi told Jwala Singh that a lion was roaming around there. Then Jwala Singh saw her and said that this is not a lion, but the lioness of the lion whom he had hunted. She is roaming here to take revenge. In such a situation, it is not right for her to remain alive. Then he wears his clothes, takes a sword in his hand, and sets out to hunt the lioness. Although Princess Meenakshi also wanted to go with him in the hunt, but Jwala Singh told her that it is now my responsibility to protect her and let her stay at home. When Jwala Singh leaves from there and chases the lioness runs away into the jungle, kills a villager, and hides. Jwala Singh, on seeing the dead villager, puts his cloths over the body to cover it and then moves forward with his sword exposed to hunt the lioness. Then suddenly the lioness attacks him. Then both of them start fighting. In this fight, Jwala Singh falls from a height into the valley along with the lioness. Before he can return home after hunting the lioness, Princess Meenakshi sets out to find him. On the way, she sees a dead villager wrapped in her husband's clothes and gets the illusion that Jwala Singh is dead. Then she returns to the palace and starts falling ill. The king and the queen, after very worried about this, and ask Rajguru to come and get her health back quickly. Meanwhile, all the princes who had come to marry the princess, seeing the absent-mindedness of Princess Meenakshi, says that they do not love her anymore and leave the palace. Only one king, Dhirajpur Naresh Maharaj Pratap Singh, played by Pradeep Kumar, stops there, talking about marrying the princess at all cost. After marrying Princess Meenakshi with great pomp, she is preparing for the wedding night in the palace when Meenakshi tells him that she is already married. She tells Maharaj Pratap Singh that she is a widow also and want to commit suicide. On this, Maharaj Pratap Singh tells her to stay alive under all circumstances. He also talks about Princess Meenakshi giving birth to the trust of their love. In return, they only put a condition that no one should know about this, and his son should grow here like a prince and take over the throne when he grows up, so that the family tree of this dynasty remains green in the future too. At that time, Satpal Singh enters there in a very pitiable state. Seeing him, Princess Meenakshi runs and hugs him, calling him brother. Then Satpal confuses him further by saying that he made the mistake and his wife is also suffering this punishment along with him. He also requests the princess to stay here till her delivery as she is pregnant. On this, Maharaj Pratap Singh says that both of you stay here. Till I return from a war, you take care of everyone here. Saying this, he leaves for the war. After Maharaj Pratap Singh leaves, Satpal Singh's wife gives birth to a child. Satpal Singh is very happy to know this. Then he learns that his sister Princess Meenakshi, who has now become the queen, also has a son. He becomes a little worried on hearing this. Queen Meenakshi is currently suffering from the labor pains of giving birth to another child. Meanwhile, Satpal picks up her child and throws him down from a tower to die. saying that since you could not kill me, I will kill you. But before the child could fall on the ground, the falcon of Jwala Singh picks him up and takes him to Ramdin Lohar, played by Hercules, where Jwala Singh is lying unconscious and saved his life. Meanwhile, Satpal also gets to know that Queen Meenakshi has a second son. He replaces her son with his own son, thinking that his son will become the king and his sister's Queen Meenakshi's son will become his servant. Although his wife Rupmati stops him from doing so, he does not listen and does same. Later, to put an end to his misuse, his wife Rupmati replaces the princess with the queen and brings her own child and keeps it in her cradle. Satpal is unaware of this and mistaking him to be the prince treats him very cruelly. Ramdin Lohar and his wife are very happy considering this child as a blessing from God. Then Jwala Singh also regains consciousness. Then the Lohar couple considers this child as an omen for him and tells Jwala Singh that they had found him unconscious on the bank of the river. First he took him from his house, but there no one. Then he brought him here and was taking care of him. Today, when this child has come here, you have also waken up from your trance. Jwala Singh gets upset on knowing that his wife, Princess Meenakshi, is not in his house. Satpal Singh, who is staying there, is distributing gold coins, diamonds, and jewels among the people on behalf of Queen Meenakshi for the celebration of Queen Meenakshi's son. Then a courtier brings a sad message that the king had won the war, but he attained martyrdom in it. On hearing this, Queen Meenakshi started crying loudly. When Jwala Singh comes to his hut after recovering, he is very upset due to absence of Princess Meenakshi. He burns Meenakshi's statue. The queen's son, who was thrown down from a high tower by Satpal Singh and who was picked up by Jwala Singh's falcon and brought to Ramdin Lohar's palace, whose role is played by Dharmendra under the name of Dharam, is growing rapidly. He has become an expert by learning every trick of blacksmithing from Ramdin. One day he tells Ramdin that you are giving the wheels of the chariot to the palace and I am making an arrow which has no fear and giving it to my friend the prince. Seeing this, Ramdin is very happy in his heart on his skill. Veer Singh, the second son of Maharani Meenakshi, played by Jitendra and whom Satpal Singh considers his own son, is practicing archery by placing a fruit on the forehead of his uncle Satpal Singh. As he tries to place grapes on his forehead in the course of practicing, Satpal Singh runs away from here and hides in the jungle. Here, his own son Ranjit Singh, whose role is played by Ranjit, and whom he thinks his own son, his son of Queen Meenakshi, shoots an arrow at him and tries to hit him in the tree. From this, he abuses him a lot. On this, Ranjit Singh says that have you now learned archery and I will learn many more such things and then tell you that I am your own son. When Dharam's mother tells him that it is his birthday and asks him to eat food, then he says that he will not eat food until his friend Veer comes to meet him. On this, his mother says that he is a prince. Why would he remember a blacksmith like you? On this, Dharam says that he will definitely come. Friendship does not see king, pauper, rich, poor. At that very moment, Veer arrives there riding two horses. Both friends wish each other a happy birthday. Veer gives Dharam his favorite horse as a gift, and Dharam gives him a wonderful arrow made by him. After this, both of them ride their horses and go into the jungle singing song to celebrate. On the way, they meet Princess Pallavi, played by Jeenat Aman. The wheel of Princess Pallavi's chariot gets stuck in the ground at one point, and her attendant is completely unable to pull it out. Seeing the princess distraught, both friends together remove the wheel of her chariot, and the princess goes back to the palace. After this, both friends come to Veer's palace. Here, Veer is given a grand welcome on his birthday. Veer talks about everything being hard in their friendship. Then Dharam says that then I should also get the love of Ranima. After this, Queen Meenakshi blessing both of them. Thereafter, both friends go to see the gallantry show being organized in the kingdom of which Pallavi is the princess. Pallavi allows the gallantry show to begin and celebrates the show by awarding the title of a lion to the best performer of her kingdom. While awarding the title of lion to the performer, she challenges that if anyone has the courage, he could come and fight with her lion. After this, there is silence. Then Dharam's voice breaks the silence. He gets ready to fight with the princess lion. When he goes to the princess to ask for permission, she recognizes him and asks him, "Are you the one who pulled out my carriage from the ground in the same jungle?" Dharam says yes. Then, in a display of bravery, he kills Princess Pallavi's lion instantly. Then he asks the princess to send two of her warriors together, and he kills both of these warriors as well. Then Princess Pallavi talks about asking for a reward from her Dharam, and Dharam asked him his hand on this. Then she told her police to seize him. Dharam and Viru together kill many the princess soldiers and drive them away. Just then, the brother of Princess Dev Singh arrives there riding on an elephant. He wants to crush Dharam under the elephant's feet, but the princess saves him from being crushed by the elephant and arrests him and puts him in a prison. On the other hand, Veer evades the soldiers and quickly escapes from there and goes to a group of tribes. Here he enters the room of Rupa, the fiance of the tribe's chief, played by Nitu Singh, and hides. At this time, Rupa is taking a bath in the bathtub. Then the soldiers go there looking for Veer. Then Rupa drives him away, saying that how did you dare to try to come here and in the woman's tent after removing the tent? That too, when I am taking a bath here. After this, she calls her maid Jyoti, but when Jyoti is not there, Veer quietly goes there. As per Rupa's instructions, when she starts applying soap on Rupa's back, she feels the prince of a man's hand. Then, when she hears Veer's manly words, she wants to say something in anger, but before that, Veer covers her mouth and asks her to listen to him first. Then he tells that many people are after him to kill him, and he has come and hidden in this tent to escape from them. When Rupa asks him about his whereabouts, he tells her that he is a singer. And when Rupa asks him to go to the princess palace to sing a song, he readily agrees to it. When Rupa comes to her clan's captain, who is her fiancé with Veer, he gets angry, very angry on seeing both of them together. Then Rupa says that she has brought him only to sing a song and no one is marrying him. Then her fiance, that is the leader of the tribe, also becomes very happy. After imprisoning Dharam, Princess Pallavi, brother Dev Singh is about to kill him by tying both of his hands with a stick. Just then Princess Pallavi reaches there. She removes her brother from there and talks about killing him by whipping him herself. She had just whipped Dharam a couple of times when she receives a message about the arrival of her fiancé Prince Sujan Singh, played by Sujit Kumar. She then goes to Prince Sujan Singh, saying that she will come back and unskin him with a whip. Dharam says that before I die, you will fall in love with me and I will fill your mouth with my blood. We arrives there with the tribe Rupa and her group to attend the dance concert organized in the honor of Princess Pallavi and Prince Sujan Singh. Here, Dharam is kept in a big cage in the middle of the ground. Dance troops are dancing around him. Princess Pallavi and Prince Sujan Singh are enjoying it. Princess Pallavi repeatedly looks at Dharam with disdainful eyes. Then Veer, who was taking part in the dance and music, causes some explosion, and under the cover of it, he takes out Dharam and locks Prince Sujan Singh in the cage and escapes from there on a horse along with Dharam. When Princess Pallavi followers give her the message that they have failed to catch Dharam, she says that she should get Dharam Singh dead or alive by tomorrow. While Princess Pallavi is still saying this, Dharam himself appears there. When Princess Pallavi tells her followers to imprison Dharam, Dharam forcefully takes the princess on his horse and bring them to the jungle. And here he tells her that whatever you may have done in the palace, I am the king of the jungle and I will have my way here. In the same sequence, he keeps a small sword of his there and starts relaxing with Princess Pallavi. Seeing Dharam careless, Princess Pallavi injures him with his small sword and starts running away on the horse. Just then Dharam whistles and the horse returns to Dharam with Princess Pallavi. Thus Dharam tells Princess Pallavi her place tells his horse, and it is a matter of his honor. Take Princess Pallavi safely to the palace. When Princess Pallavi returned to her palace, she asks her servants to give her cloth first, then talks about the blood on her head. After this, she goes in front of a mirror and looks at the blood on her forehead, which is quite deep and which was given by Dharam when by his cut. At this time, Princess Sujan Singh arrives there and talks big about killing Dharam. On this, Princess Pallavi rebukes him, saying that he does not have the strength in his blood, and praises Dharam. When her brother Dev Singh arrives there and asks if he did any injustice to you, to this Princess Pallavi replied that when do I leave my enemies safe? The way I have injured Dharam, he will now count the rest of his life crying. Here Dharam is badly injured by Princess Pallavi, who inflicted the wound in him with his own small sword. When he goes to the river to wash his wounds, the blood starts flowing from his body in the river till Jwala Singh is drinking water. Seeing blood in the river stream, he moves in the direction of the blood and sees Dharam injured there. Then he picks him up and brings him to his hut, and while bandaging Dharam's wounds, he says that now your wound will heal soon. On this, Dharam insists on learning samurai, a special type of weapon from Jwala Singh, but he says that he can only teach samurai to his son or son of a brave man. On this, Dharam says, consider me as his son, and talked about teaching him, but Jwala Singh refuses to teach samurai, saying that you are not my son. Then Dharam told him that he was the son of a brave man. Then Jwala Singh said that you are still very much injured. On this, Dharam said that I can still fight with you. Saying this, he openly challenged Jwala Singh. Then Jwala Singh got ready to fight with him. Then Dharam told him that he is the son of a brave man. The Jwala Singh said that you are still very injured, and saying this, he openly challenged Jwala Singh, started fighting with him. A duel started between the two. In this duel, Jwala Singh thought that Dharam was the son of a brave man, and then he started teaching him samurai. While he was teaching Dharam samurai, his friend Veer was coming to meet him. Seeing Jwala Singh attacking Dharam, Veer shot an arrow from there, but before that arrow could hit Jwala Singh, his falcon warned him, and then with the help of samurai, he saved himself from all the arrows of Veer. At the same time, when the samurai was attacking Veer, one of his attacks missed and a tree got cut and started falling on Veer. The tree was about to fall on Veer when Dharam came in between and stopped the tree and saved Veer's life. Then he told Jwala Singh that this is my friend Veer. He mistaken you for my attacker and shot arrows at you. Then he also told Veer that he is the best expert of samurai. I am learning samurai from him. After this, Jwala Singh blesses both of them and leaves. When we return to the palace, he tells his mother about all these incidents. He especially praises her falcon. Then Queen Meenakshi asks the name of the person. On this, Veer tells that his name is Jwala Singh. Maharani Meenakshi does not tell anything to Veer, but she comes to Jwala Singh's hut at night. Jwala Singh taunts her on becoming Maharani Meenakshi that she left him and headed towards the palace. On this, Meenakshi said that she kept waiting for him, but he did not return, making lions prey. Then she saw a man who had been killed by a lion was wearing your clothes, and she became confused and fainted. Meanwhile, my father got me married, and when I regained consciousness, I was married. Well, Jwala Singh also said such thing that when he too came back to the normal state from the unconsciousness, he had lost everything. Jwala Singh said that if she had been here, then today he too would have had such grown up children. Then Meenakshi was going to tell him about his children when she remembered the promise she made to Maharaja Pratap Singh and hid it from Jwala Singh. On this, Jwala Singh puts his samurai in between and said that now both of us are strangers, and you and I should follow these limits. You should go to your palace from here so that no one has any doubt. One day Veer comes to meet Dharam, and his foster father Ramdin Lohar tells him that Dharam is neither eating nor drinking for the last few days and he is not doing any work. Then Veer goes to meet him and on the bank of the river where he is lying unconscious. Veer asks him about the reason for this condition. Then he tells that he has not met Princess Pallavi for the last several days. In such a situation, it is not possible for him to live without her. Then Veer says that as long as I am here, you need not worry. After this, Veer and Dharam disguise themselves as an old father and a pandit and go to the Princess Pallavi's palace and meet her. They accuse her of murdering an innocent and say that the young man whom you stabbed and injured is not completely dead. If you go and kiss him, he will become alive, and if you don't do so, he will die. Then his old father will also die with him. Then the sin of killing two innocent people will fall on you. On this, Princess Pallavi says to think and then takes a decision. Then both Dharam and Veer return. Veer expresses doubts about Princess Pallavi's arrival, but Dharam says that she will definitely come. At this very moment, the princess is seen coming, and Veer asks her to lie down and likes a dead person. Thinking him dead, Princess Pallavi kisses him as per as the sadhu's advice. Then Dharam wakes up seeing his healthy. Princess Pallavi says that you have deceived me. Then Dharam says that you are also deceiving me. You have just escaped accepted that you love me. After this, Princess Pallavi pretends to be angry and wants to leave from there, but Dharam sings a song and entreats her to stay and love him. Then she agrees and goes back to the palace. Rupa is also very upset because Veer has not taken care of her. On this, her friend suggests her to go to the palace and meet Prince Veer. Then Rupa comes to the palace to meet Veer. Here, the gate guard stops her from meeting the prince. By then, Veer's cousin and Satpal Singh's son Ranjit arrives there, saying that he will take her to meet the prince. He removes the gatekeeper from there and takes her to a room and locks her there and tries to rape her. Then Veer arrives there and beats him and drives him away from there. Then Rupa asks Veer that why don't you meet me even after loving me? Then Veer tells her that there is a misunderstanding about love. Just then Queen Meenakshi is seen coming here. So Veer hides there. Rupa bows to the Queen Meenakshi and asks for justice from her. She says that sometimes has stolen her heart here. Then Queen Meenakshi turns towards Veer and says that someone has stolen the heart of this girl, that young man should go and ask for the hand of this girl from the tribe's chief and give his heart to her, or else he be ready for action according to the law of this state. Veer quickly sends her back, telling him to go to the tribe's chief to ask for Rupa's hand in marriage. Before Veer can go to the tribe's chief to ask for Rupa's hand in marriage, his cousin Ranjit reaches there and gambles with the chief of the tribe. After winning all the goods of the chief of the tribe, he provokes the chief of the tribe to make him put Rupa at stake and wins Rupa by dishonestly throwing the dice. When he tries to take Rupa with him by force, Dharam arrives there and frees Rupa's hand from him. Then he tells the people of the tribe that when your court leader is not able to protect his fiancé, how will he protect the tribe? Then Rupa suggests the name of Dharam as the leader of the tribe, and the people of the tribe accepted it. But the leader of the tribe then challenged Dharam to a duel fight. Dharam beats up the clan's leader and Rupa gives him a ball of black and blackens his face. Ranjit is running away from there in fear. When he sees a Veer coming, he throws a knife at Veer and injures him. Dharam wants to go to take revenge for this. Veer stops him from doing so by saying that this decision will be taken in the palace. In the palace, Queen Meenakshi is sitting on the throne and her brother Satpal Singh starts beating his son, whom he thinks Queen Meenakshi's son, with a whip. Then his mother Roopmati comes there and tells Satpal Singh that he is her own son because she had replaced him again. Then Satpal Singh stops beating him and takes him to his room and treats him and says that I had made a plan to make you Maharaj, but because of your mother, everything get messed up. On this, he says that I can still become Maharaj, only Veer and his mother have to be removed from the way. Then Satpal Singh says that they are not two, but they are three. As long as Dharam remains, they will not be able to do any harm to Veer. Then all of them join together in a new plan so that they can get the throne by removing all three from the way. One day Princess Sujan Singh comes to the palace to meet Princess Pallavi, but Pallavi's guard stops him from entering. Then he forcibly enters Pallavi's room and finds that in place of Princess Pallavi, a plastic statue of her is placed. Then he comes to Pallavi's brother Dev Singh and tells him that Pallavi has fallen in love with Dharam Lohar, and if Princess Pallavi marries Dharam Lohar under the influence of this love, then he will never make him the king here. He will be able to become the king only when Princess Pallavi marries him. He asks him to go to the room and find out if she is there or not. There is no Pallavi but his statue there, and Pallavi has gone to congratulate Dharam for becoming the new leader of the tribe. Then Sujan Singh and Princess Pallavi's brother Dev Singh go to the village of tribes in search for him, but Princess Pallavi and Rupa both disguise themselves and perform a Gandharva marriage with Dharam and Veer while singing a song, and those people do not even get a clue. Meanwhile, Satpal Singh and his son Ranjit see Ramdin blacksmith changing the wheel for the chariot. After Ramdin, the blacksmith leaves, Satpal Singh's son Ranjit loosens the axle of the chariot's wheel. When Queen Meenakshi is riding in the wheel of the chariot comes off and falls down, in which the queen is riding. In this accident, the coachman of the chariot gets a slight injury in his hand. Satpal Singh brings that coachman to his side. Then he pleads in the court and asks for a hand in exchange for a hand. Although Veer talks of giving him a lot of money, but under the influence of Satpal Singh, he takes up getting Ramdin Lohar's hand chopped off and giving it to him. In the end, keeping the law in mind, the queen orders to cut off Ramdin Lohar's hand. Dharam gets very angry with this incident. On this, Queen Meenakshi and Veer tell him that he is bound by the law. Then Dharam leaves from there, saying that one day I will see that what happens when this law starts getting implemented on the royal family. What does he do? On hearing this from Dharam, Satpal Singh introduces Sujan Singh and Dev Singh to his son Ranjit and says that these people are also enemies of Queen Meenakshi and the Prince Veer. Now we all will conspire together and kill Maharani Meenakshi, Veer and Dharam. My son Ranjit will become the king. Princess Pallavi will be given to Sujan Singh and Rupa will be given to the tribe leader. Dev Singh will also be made the king of his kingdom. Satpal Singh's son Ranjit steals an arrow which can only be used by the queen and the prince and kills Dharam Singh's mother. Dharam comes to the palace with his mother's dead body. Here he demands his mother in exchange for his mother. Queen Meenakshi follows the law and is ready to go with Dharam. She asks Veer to sit on the throne because the throne cannot remain vacant. Then Veer, with a heavy heart, becomes the king and sits on the throne. Maharani Pallavi comes to Dharam's house with him and does everything like his mother. Dharam also respects her a lot. Meanwhile, in the palace, Veer is very worried about his mother living like this. But he also knows that his mother will follow law and will not come to the palace on her own. Then his uncle Satpal Singh comes there and taunts him that a blacksmith took away my sister and you are having fun here as a king. Now I neither have youth nor the strength of youth, otherwise I would have killed him and brought my sister back here long ago. Veer gets provoked by this. He sends a threatening message to Dharam through an arrow that send my mother to the palace by tomorrow. Otherwise, you yourself will be responsible for the bad consequences. After reading this message, Dharam gets very angry at Veer and plans to teach him a lesson. He does not tell this to Maharani Meenakshi, who is living in his house as his mother. While Veer is in the palace, Satpal Singh further provokes him and tells his son and supporters that now his intention will soon be fulfilled when Veer and Dharam will fight and kill each other. The Queen Meenakshi will either go mad with grief or I will kill her. The next day, Veer goes to bring back his mother, Queen Meenakshi. After fighting with Dharam with a sword in his hand, Dharam also takes his samurai to fight and kill Veer. The old blacksmith Ramdin sees this and tells Queen Meenakshi, who lives there, that Dharam is not his own son. He has brought here by an falcon. Then he shows Queen Meenakshi the cloth in which the falcon had wrapped the child and brought him here. Seeing this, Queen Meenakshi is convinced that Dharam is her own elder son. Here, Veer and Dharam are fighting fiercely to kill each other while Queen Meenakshi comes to the palace with that cloth. She tells her brother Satpal Singh that, "Brother, please save the war, otherwise, both the brothers will kill the boy among themselves." To prove that Dharam is her son, she shows the cloth of which the falcon had taken him. Satpal Singh was the mastermind behind all this conspiracy. In such a situation, he remembers the words of the royal priest that Princess Meenakshi's son will take his life. Then he tells Queen Meenakshi that he will now go to save her son and will let both of them fight so that his son can sit on the throne. Saying this, he takes out a knife and stabs the queen on her back, due to which the queen gets seriously injured. Meanwhile, the falcon tells everything to Jwala Singh and brings him to the palace. Here he sees Queen Meenakshi in a seriously injured state. Maharani Meenakshi, who is hanging between life and death, tells Jwala Singh that Dharam and Veer are our sons after you. When I got married to Maharaj Pratap Singh, she tells him that when I told him about being previously married and a widow, he did not put me in any kind of bond. He took only one promise from me, that I will not tell anyone about your son, whose son is he. But today I feel that if I don't break this promise, then both you and my son will die fighting, and my brother Satpal will be successful in making his son the king. Knowing this, Jwala Singh is about to run away from there with the queen, but Satpal orders the soldiers to surround them and kill them. His master devotee soldiers tries to kill them both, but Jwala Singh, after making Maharani Meenakshi sit on his horse, manages to escape from there. After eluding all the soldiers and killing some of them, after escaping from there, both of them reach the spot where Veer and Dharam are fighting tooth and nail to take each other's life. Here, the queen, showing that cloth, tells both of them that they are her and Jwala Singh's son and asks them to stop fighting, and tells that all this is the Satpal's trick. Now both the brothers stop fighting and meet each other. Then everyone starts returning back in a ship. Then Satpal Singh, his son Ranjit, the leader of the tribes, and many of his supporters are seen carrying cannon on another ship. Satpal Singh was about to blow up their ship with the cannon, but Ranjit stops him from firing the cannon because Rupa was on the ship. Then Satpal Singh plays a trick and he talks of leaving the ship of Dharam if he sent away. Dharam Singh jumps from his ship and comes to the ship, but here he is taken captive, and his family does not leave the ship either and attacks them too. To support Satpal Singh, the leader of the tribes also arrives in another ship. Both of them together attack the ship of Queen Meenakshi. Here, the falcon comes and cuts the shackles of Dharam with the help of a sword. This saves Dharam's life. Then he fights with Satpal Singh and his supporters. On the other hand, Veer also bravely fights with all the supporters of Satpal Singh, and in Satpal Singh is killed. His son Ranjit, Sujan Singh, and the tribe leader was also killed, and the ship was destroyed. Then Dharam, Prince Pallavi, Veer, Rupa, Jwala Singh, and Queen Meenakshi happily come to the palace, and the story of this film ends.